Yeah, so that is
Oh,
working so much better than Discord. Perfect.
nice.
Right.
Okie dokie, let's get the next thing then. So, the next thing we're going to be doing is setting up our party. So, we've got a bunch of different types of characters. Start with, we only have 6 types, but each of the characters, they kind of have their own backstory, but one of the nicest things about it we'll get to in a sec. We just I know I pick a brute, which is like big, strong, a lot of HP, strong attacks, mostly melee attacks, and I'll just call them by the types because I'm not very creative. But this is kind of where the characters in the game um, get their stories from. So each time you create a new mercenary, you get an option of a. You have to pick one of two, and these are completely random. And like you see here, they'll unlock things where characters and add prosperity to Gloomhaven, which, as Gloomhaven grows during the game, it will unlock more quests or unlock more options in the store, things like that.
Oh,
Um, and this is like one of the primary ways that you unlock different character types during the game. But the other interesting thing is, as these quests are, your mercenary retires. This is like their lifelong goal. Um, so it's kind of a nice way of like once you've done these things, nice as a reward, but also you're kind of forced to choose something a bit different, try something a bit different.
that's cool.
So
Yeah, Pejov says this. Sorry if I've mispronounced your name. Says this game is great. So I think we've got another Gloomhaven fan in the chat.
I'd love to know if it's based on the board game or the video game, because to be fair, the video game is a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And that's saying something because it's still like £20, but the full board game 100 at least.
Oh wow.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is it worth it though? Is it like
for me it was
yeah?
not for. It's one of those games where people have probably spent the money and thought, "I wish I hadn't spent this much money on this game."
Yeah.
Like just because it's like top of the thing, it's still not for everybody. Um, so let's go with this one. We've got a brute in the party. Need to make one more. I'm going to
Um,
make a scoundrel.
I enjoy it, but I've not had a session last less than 3 hours. Managed to get it free on Epic. I must have missed that. I would have loved to have grabbed that because it does look really interesting. And the only game that I'm honestly playing all the time is Project Zomboid. Because I installed this mod on Project Zomboid where you can get cassette tapes from the 90s and before. And so I've stole an ambulance, attached a caravan to it, and I go around living in my caravan blasting out like Foreigner. I was using Foreigner I Want to Know What Love Is to draw zombies out earlier, so I'm starting to think maybe I need another game to give a go, and Gloomhaven definitely looks fun.
Yeah, I think Leukemia's right there. That me and my wife are the ones who played this. We play this 2-player, and it is one of those things where when you manage to get at the table, and it'll take about half an hour to set up at least. You will want to put a lot of like at least 2 or 3 hours into it to get the most out of it. Yeah, okay. Gear them up, so there's lots of items in it as usual with Dungeon Crawler. I already know what I'm going to buy for these. We'll get into how they're used whilst we're actually in a scenario, I think. So for the brute, he needs some boots and a healing potion because he's going to put himself in danger quite a lot. Scoundrel needs some and stamina. Okay. It for so yeah, okay, we've got city events as well. So whilst you're navigating around the game, you do go back and forth between Gloomhaven and the scenario locations. When you turn back up at Gloomhaven, each time you do that, you can do a city event, and these can be positive or negative. Most happening inside of the city itself positive, and they can unlock new things.
Yeah.
But we also get events to and from locations, which is one of the reasons why you might want to stay out of Gloomhaven for a bit longer, because those tend to be they might affect the upcoming battle or something like that. So let's see. We've got first quest here. I'm just going to equip these items I just bought. Oops, stranding. I'm going to do a city encounter. Recently returned from your latest adventure. I haven't done anything yet, but okay. You're approached by a ratty-looking boy in tears. He says, "Could you please help me with my cat? He went over there, and I'm afraid." The boy points a dirty finger at a decrepit, abandoned building. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I've got to, haven't I? I'd hate it if I lost my cats. Well, fortunately, I've lost a perk point, but I didn't have any yet, so I'm assuming I haven't lost anything. Guild has got some reputation, too. Cool. Yeah, so the character, obviously, we've got items which can make them stronger, but as they fight and level up, they will earn perks as well.
Oh yeah.
When they level up, they can earn new cards. They can earn perks. Perks. In the board game version, they can do attack cards to your deck, and the attack cards aren't necessarily the same as the ability cards, which are what we're going to choose to attack. So attack cards are like, they determine how much damage you'll do with a card. So when you draw something from this, it could be like, oh, +1, or it can be awful, and it can be a ×0, and where you do no damage at all. So you never really know what's going to come out.
I like the little story events that it's just sort of thrown at you like that. That's really quite interesting, because is there quite a lot of them different, ranging from different?
Yeah, the actual the board game has like hundreds of cards, I think.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, you're kind of always sifting through them, and again, as Gloomhaven gets, then you get more reputation. More of those types of cards will come out, which will be based on sort of how they'll seem like they of where Gloomhaven's at, kind of thing.
Oh, nice. Hey Brad, welcome to the Safe in Our World stream. How are you doing? How is everybody doing today? Are you all doing all right?
I think Brad's a fellow SockMonkey. He has filled. I can see the chat, and he's filled it with emojis of somebody who also works with us.
Oh, cool. Well, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Good to have you all here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, me and Brad and a couple of other people went to see a show last night at the theatre in Darlington, which was the entirety of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the full 7 seasons, reenacted by a single person who was playing Spike the vampire. It was quite funny, actually. It was a bit up and down during it because it was a single person show, but that
does sound funny. I'm tired but good. How are you both? I'm doing all right, thanks. I am a bit tired, but excited to learn about Gloomhaven.
I'm excited to teach about it.
Yeah, it looks good so far. I mean, I'm already sort of like, when games throw those, because it's like I think Wasteland does something similar where it throws like sort of random sort of chance stories in which you can react in certain ways that shapes the game, and I honestly love that.
Yeah, so we're still getting some tutorial stuff, but we're gonna go to our first now. So we're going to the Black Barrow.
Of course, being like a mental health charity, so do these sort of like the board games and these games, how do they sort of do they help you in times when you most need it, or do you use something else? Or
I think with board games, what was really nice for me in terms of that kind of thing in terms of mental health, what was really nice for me was getting away from screens. And I think that's one of the main reasons why. So Gloomhaven, as we say, it is quite a big game. It can put people off quite a lot because of how much there is to think about. But you can play it with an app that tracks a lot of the things that are going to go on during the scenarios themselves. So like damage and stuff like that. It can handle all that itself. Some people choose to play with that because it keeps it. Keeps track of everything quite nicely. Me, I prefer to play completely analog, just with cards, because I like how tactile everything getting and picking up new pieces, which is why I've got such a big board game collection. There's pieces of all kinds of types, like plastic and wood, and everything just feels so nice to just stick on a table, pick things up, move things around, rather than just sitting in a controller or playing on the same keyboard every game that you play. It was really quite important for me to get away from the screens. We're in game development as well, so it's kind of, we spend all day at work on our screens, then we come home, want to play a game on our screens as well. So for me, it's been really helpful since I got into board games. It's been really helpful for me.
That's really, I'm happy to hear that. Like, I think we have so many different stories of gaming helping so much, but when you do work in the games industry, sometimes you do need just that something else, and it's quite interesting what you can find that will distract you. Funnily enough, I watched The Menu the other day, and like I just didn't feel like gaming at all, and everyone was going on about this film on Disney Plus, The Menu. I was just like, what's this going to be about? And I ended up watching it, and I was absolutely just addicted to it, where the whole world had shut off, and I just couldn't stop watching this really interesting, bizarre film. Like, so sometimes, like, I understand, like, because we work in games all the time, sometimes you just need, like, a little bit of something else. So I understand, like, board games is that escape away from the computer desk. Bacardian says Raft is my distraction. Don't know if I've mentioned it. No, I don't think you've mentioned it. Bacardian's my partner by now.
I'm guessing they've mentioned it quite a lot then.
Oh, she loves Raft. She's built this, like, I've never seen anything as big as that in Raft. And she has, like, a city, but it's all to herself. And she has, like, all the different animals. She's done like mega farms of just these animals where they get to live their life out happily, and she's named them all. And
oh my God.
There's a section dedicated to bees and palm trees. There's like there's the living section, which looks like something off the Titanic with like all the lights and it's unbelievably, and it's all interior decorated, painted and everything. And then she did these custom rails around the whole boat, which look incredible because she had to mess with the game's physics to get these lights to fit. And it's just like this roaming city that has actually, like, I bought a bit of a monster computer a while back, and for the 3080 Ti, it's slowing it down a little. It's that big.
Oh, well.
It's incredible, and I just think, like, I think it is, like, I think you should put the save out, Bacardi, and, like, just so people could just experience it.
I think I'd probably appreciate playing Raft a lot more. I already started with something like that, because I think, like, the sort of starting experience of Raft is the kind of thing that terrifies me about survival games. Like, you just don't feel safe, really, at all. As soon as the first shark appeared in my view, I was like, nah, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Oh, that's the problem with Raft. Like, for a while you are in danger, but eventually you get to a point where you can, like, install metal guards around the raft so the shark can't get you anymore.
Well, that's why I like Satisfactory. That's one of my other favourite games, Satisfactory. Very little danger, but there's a lot of construction.
Yeah.
So it's like, everything that I don't like about Raft is taken away.
Yeah. I haven't tried
Uh,
Satisfactory. I've seen a lot, but I'll have to give it a go.
Okay, so we've hit our first travel encounter. Just wandered off the main road in search of a destination when the ground begins to shift beneath your feet. What was once solid, and you find yourself falling down into a dark pit. Oh no. You land 20 feet down, cushioned by the soil that fell with you. You stand up with alertness and look around, trying to get your bearings. You've fallen into a man-made cavern with some smooth stone walls and floors. This could be a trap, or just some long-forgotten structure. Now, I can either use weight and ropes to climb out the hole as quickly as possible, or I can explore the area.
That's tough,
I'm very
isn't
much... yeah, because it's one of those where this is very much the kind of card you will see quite often in these encounters where you think you know exactly what would be the best. Getting out of there quickly as possible. If it says quickly as possible, it feels like there's a reason to get out, so I should probably do that. But I very much want to explore the area and find out what's there.
I completely, because my curiosity would get the better of me, and I honestly would probably explore.
And that is, yeah.
Oh, no.
Each character starts the next scenario suffering 1 damage, so I'm gonna have 1 damage left, 1 health left for each character. But it was worth.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been something special.
Yeah. Oh, it does say I take a strange sphere and continue my search. It doesn't say anything about it, but maybe I think this might be one of those where in the card game you add an extra card to the deck that you can find in future.
Yeah.
So maybe there will still be a positive end to this story.
I hope so. Like it could be something spectacular down the line.
The hill is easy enough to find. A short
Like
Okay.
react to something you find or something.
and you see it moving closer. You see the mound is full. As you descend, you gratefully.
Okay. Okay, we're into the next bit of meta stuff. So, each character during a scenario gets to pick one of these 2 cards, which is their battle goal. It's less interesting in the video game version, especially if you're playing solo. I mean, it's less interesting if you're playing the board game solo as well, but in the board game, if you're playing 1 character per person, these are hidden goals. So I'm gonna pick one of the. Let's see, kill 1 or more elite monsters. Have 1 or more monsters present on the map at the beginning of every round during this scenario. I'm gonna go for this one, but this is like my say my one. Well, she wouldn't know that I was trying to do this, or she might figure it out halfway through the scenario that I'm trying to make sure that every round starts with monsters and that we never navigate through a turn without seeing any. But then let's see what she might have had. Loot no during the scenario. That seems pretty easy to avoid. But also quite easy to figure out what they'd be doing. I mean, it's no problem if you figure out what the other person is doing, but it might be one of those things where you're sort of chatting to one another and saying, okay, this monster, I can't reach the loot. And loot all disappears as soon as the objective has been completed, so you don't just get everything that's left over.
Yeah.
So I might say to the scoundrel, go and get that gold while this monster over here, and they'd be like, nope, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll actually get into the dungeon itself, and let's see how the stream handles it.
Hopefully all good.
It would be annoying if at this point is where we had to stop it.
Yeah. Oh god. Fingers crossed, like, it looks fine on the stream, it just doesn't look fine on Steam for me, but the stream seems to be handling it fine, which is odd. So, I'll take that as a win. With streams, there's always technical issues. There is always something you can prepare, and there's always something that's going to be like, nope. I think we did the Fall Guys community night and we'd booked it all and everyone was ready, and then just on that night they dropped like a 7 GB Fall Guys patch and most people couldn't attend because they just didn't have the bandwidth to get it done quick enough. And then I don't think the stream started till late. And so I joke, it's like, is it a stream without a tech issue? No.
Oh, well. Okay, now we get into the juicy bit of it. So, it's a card. These are our cards on the left-hand side. So it's the start of the turn, we're going to pick cards. The start of the very first turn, I get to decide my characters to be. So, the Brute, I'm going to maybe put him a bit closer. Maybe stick the Scout. Okay. So yeah, now I have to pick 2 of these cards to play. And you see this number on the left-hand side.
Oh, yeah.
Initiative of the cards. So, when you're picking cards, you pick 2, and you have to pick them in this order. So this one, I'm picking... This one just is a 15 initiative. This one doesn't count this initiative at all, but I can, if I want to, swap those around, and then it's a 64 initiative. Initiative is just to do with order of turns. So, the bandits, I think we've got a bandit guard. We've just got guards here. So the guards will all have the same initiative. Monsters of the same type will. So, depending on the enemy type, I might want to go earlier, I might want to go later, I might want them to move towards me. So, of course, we've got the problem of the things that are on the cards as well. So, we've got things like basic attacks, we've got these, so that's like an enemy who targets one of your adjacent allies in an attack this round. Targets you with that attack instead. So this is, like a provoke. We've got obviously different things like disarming. Disarming will stop them from attacking. Lots of things to think about when you're going through these cards for the first time, but as you get used to the characters over a few scenarios, you'll sort of get used to their abilities and
it's nice that it gives so many options. I think it's always good. I guess it's a game where you kind of slowly start finding your play style.
It definitely is, and I think each character starts with 3 extra cards that you can choose from going into a scenario, so you can change things around a little bit before you level up, before you get more cards in future. So you can already start the game by trying to, and think about what you want your style to be.
Yeah.
We've also got like this one. This one looks really cool and stuff. So we've got this little star. I think it's perk points or something that go towards. Oh, I think it's XP actually. It's XP. So I'm getting 2 XP from just doing this action, which is really cool. But we've also got the symbol in the bottom corner. Now, if you know anything about anything like that, like say the Spire, for example, you have cards that can be burned. So once this card is burnt, it's gone forever. For the rest of the scenario, I can't use it. So if I did want to use this action, it would be gone. This card would be gone forever. And we'll see as we go through the scenario why that's such a problem as well.
Yeah.
But try and quickly pick something here. Let's see. Enough of this.
Yeah, while I have you guys, there is so we've put some new commands on the Twitch channel, so you can, if you click, I'll do one as an example. If you want to find our Twitter, just type Twitter like that, and you'll see our latest stuff. And if you want to learn more about, we've got all the links. I think we have the so we have Insta, Facebook, YouTube, which we will upload the VOD later, but we've got plenty of we've got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you can also donate using a command as well, so like that. And I've just had a play with Stream Elements this morning, and now we have some commands, and we'll keep adding some cool ones. And of course, if you want to ever play games or get involved or have a nice chat in a safe space, you just join our Discord, which is Safer Together. Wonderful place to be. So please do join if you want to hang out or something. Sorry.
It is very, very chill.
Very chill. Lots of memes. Very chill.
Okay, I've picked my cards. Let's get into it. Okay, they're going first. They've got 55, I've got 60 and 64. They're going to move and attack, both of them. They're going to strengthen, which I think gives them an advantage. Okay, let's see if they can actually get up to me. Okay. Okay, so here's one of the first things we're going to deal with. Damage. When you receive damage, you can take the damage as it is, or you can burn a card. This is something that you probably only think about in the event that you will die from that damage, but it is sort of a last-ditch option. You can burn a card from your hand in order to keep that mercenary in the fight. But for now, I am just going to take the damage. I'm going to strengthen this one. Okay. I thought this guy could have reached me. Oh no, he's move 1. Okay. Now it's our goal. Can I reach 2 of them? So this is a ranged attack. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can reach from here. Ranged attack, I can target 2 of them and I get 1 XP for using it. A reasonable thing to do. So when you're picking actions from the cards, you'll notice that this one, the top part of this has gone black. So between the 2 cards, you have to pick a top action of one, action of another. The only other thing that you can do is take the basic action, basic either attack or basic movement. So I could move 2 instead of the move 5, which I won't do, but if it was a different type, like maybe this bottom card was an attack and I didn't just use the default move 2 instead. I'll probably use the move 5. Let's see. Let's select the 2 smaller guys. Let's see. +1. Nice.
Not bad. That's almost halfway gone.
Oh,
God damn it. Spoke too soon.
oh no. I think I'm going to move a little bit further away from these guys. Turns out I'm only moving 2 spaces anyway. Okay. Cool. So that's the scoundrel's turn done. You can see I've got a stamina potion here. The cards are discarded yet, but after we use these cards, they will just be regular discards, not burns.
Yeah.
So in future turns, I can use this to cards to my hand before we get to resting, which will happen later. Let's turn. Ooh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, that could be good.
That could be very good. Could maybe move here. So I've also got here +2 to a single move, which I won't do. Option at some point. Okay. Let's do this attack. So this is a wide attack.
Could it perhaps be lucky and get critical hit?
Could do. It really could do. It probably won't, but it could. This guy could die. This guy probably won't, because I think the best advantage I think you'll see on the just on the right hand side as I hover over the characters, you see the attack modifiers.
Yeah.
That's the attack modifier deck. So all the little dots underneath the deck at the moment. So it could be a +2, it could be a -2, but it's very unlikely that that will happen. Okay, let's see what happens. No.
No, damn.
Well,
worth a try.
It was definitely worth a go. I didn't even see that. I was actually picking the other 2, but yeah, I think that was a better idea to go for. If I need to in the next turn, but let's leave that. And we are in the second round now. Now, because this guy is closer, I say I probably want to move sooner. So I think I'll go for this one. 2, and I might be able to kill this guy. And yeah, let's use this one. So that's the brute's attacks picked. How many more ranged attacks?
Has anyone in the chat got any cool plans for this weekend then? Anything special? I know I'll probably be pooping my pants playing Dead Space. Like a sort of next-gen-ish Dead Space. I mean, you know, I think I'm going to get terrified. I remember getting terrified the first time that came out in college, and I was absolutely scared to death of it. But what else are people going to be up to this weekend?
Go with these two. So I think the idea with the scale here is I'm going to try and move it 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can move through him. 1, 2, 3, 4. This attack here, which is amazing. So the top of this card, attack 3, and then it'll get an attack +2 onto that. So it's going to be a 5 attack and gain 1 XP. And the target is adjacent to any of your allies. This is going to be a really strong attack. And they're going to go first as well, so this could be really good. Oh, that is close. Okay, that's good. Because if I kill these two guys, this guy over here is not actually going to move this turn. It's just going to shield, and it's not going to be a problem. Shields only count if they are done before they are attacked, so those won't come into effect yet. Yeah, let's do this. The plan.
Cardian says I'm going to finish my book. Excellent. Good plan.
My wife's an I'll get the words out. My wife is an avid reader as well.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, Bacardian, she found this really bizarre series and is loving it. It's like, I think it's the John dies at the end series, and it's just, it's really quite something. I've heard about it, and it's just the description of it. It's like, oh, it's funny.
Oh no!
Oh god!
Oh my word! The only card in the deck that could have stopped that.
That is, we need that sphere to do something. We need it to be some sort of like, you know, destroy all enemies in tiles ahead or something.
Oh, that is absolutely devastating. Okay.
Sometimes the luck is just not there.
Oh. Hmm. Well, I think the scoundrel's just going to have to get attacked this turn. Because I really want to get rid of this guy. Come on. Yeah! One down. And I think I'll move on to the coins to pick them up. Yeah. So yeah, with the loot in the game, you actually have to finish your turn on top. That's why some loot can get left behind.
Oh, right.
Some gold. Oh, he's gonna poison as well.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh. That's not good.
That's really not good. Oh. Oh, that is a lot to take.
Oh, is there any way out?
I am tempted to burn a card just because that was so much damage, but...
That really was bad.
The problem is poison. A poison, I think it adds +1 to all attacks on that person in future,
Yeah.
and the only way to get rid of poison... Now, I do have if you just click on this, I do have this item to heal for 3, so I can get rid of the poison. But when you heal, it doesn't heal any HP. So I could be left with 2 HP and no poison.
Oh wow.
I can stop this damage, then heal to get rid of the poison maybe later. I think the poison happens either way, so... Oh, this is toughy. I think I might just have to get rid of one of these.
Might have to be a sacrifice, you might. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, but I'm doing it. Oh wait, he's probably just going to attack me as well. Oh, he might attack the scoundrel. Yeah. Tend to attack lower initiative characters first if they can. So I think we can deal with that. Also poison though. Not good. Ooh. This has not been a good start.
No, it's like sometimes you go into these games and you feel confident and then it just goes totally wrong.
Okay, she can heal.
Just making sure my Steam isn't auto-updating real quick, because something just came up and I was like, oh, please don't tell me you're like updating something. Alright, there we go.
Okay. Let's get the scoundrel out of there. Oh. That's... They're going to attack before my brute gets to do anything, so... this could go very wrong. Okay. Let's see. What can I do to help? Might... Heal myself first. That's probably a good idea. Gets rid of the poison. Gonna move. I'm just gonna move up here. That should be okay. But I think I'm going to take back. Yeah. I'm gonna take back the really this one. Because I think I might need it to get rid of one of these guys.
Yeah. Let's just hope the
Cool.
next battle's a little... Oh, jeez.
Well, I'm hoping the other one is going to attack the scoundrel, so it should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens if you lose these characters? Are they permanently gone?
No, they don't perma die. Not in this. You can set it up. I don't know if you can set up the video game to do that, but you can set that up in the board game. I know.
Yeah.
Permadeath, but no, I think it's just once all characters die in the scenario, then it's just kind of like scenario failed. Sometimes things happen during a failed scenario, but most of the time it's just that you have to try again.
Yeah.
Quite involved scenarios, that is sometimes a big thing in and of itself.
Yeah.
What does
chat think about permadeath in games then? Because I kind of like State of Decay's approach to it, but like it's really sad when you've worked on this character for so long and they're just gone. And Project Zomboid is infuriating when you've spent so much time. You know, you lose that character, it completely puts you off. It's such a nightmare. Oh, welcome in, Oobly. How you doing? Thanks for coming. And you get to keep the gold and any XP you get, even if you fail dying the scenario. It is a bit like grinding. Glad you're doing good. Thanks for coming. Yeah, we're just, for all those who've just entered, we're, Safe in Our World is teaming up with SockMonkey today. We are partners. doing some awesome work behind the scenes, but we thought we'd get on a stream together, and Liam is streaming Gloomhaven for us, where we're learning a bit about. Well, it's quite an interesting game, so you know, I hope you're enjoying the stream. Apologies for any tech issues. It's just my internet is a bit iffy at times. So, but no, it's looking like quite an interesting game so far. I kind of want to try it myself. I think I'm gonna have to.
Let's try this big attack again. Hopefully. See, this is the other thing. If you look back on the right, little pips on the bottom, I don't know if you can actually see them on the stream, but the deck after a ×2 or after a ×0 gets reshuffled. So that attack modifier, that ×0, is back in the deck. But what are the odds? Oh. Okay, -1. That's fine. We got him. Nice.
Oobly says it's highly strategic.
Mm.
I quite like that. Sometimes in a lot of games it works. I think Wasteland was one that I actually quite enjoyed it. And Divinity 2 Original Sin was interesting.
It is nice sometimes. I think I just kind of like the being able to sit and plan. I used to like, like Final Fantasy Tactics a lot and stuff like that. I think Front Mission 3 back in the sort of like 90s, early 2000s thing as well. So these kind of turn-based, strategic, tactical games is my kind of thing.
Yeah, they can be really good fun. Oobly says, however, most people just punch, and hoping they don't punch as hard. In fact, if you spend time, you can predict everything. In the board game, you have indeed to set the positions and do the attacks yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the enemies and stuff, when they're doing their attacks at the moment, they are all decks as well. So there's a lot of different decks of cards in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have their own each character type. So like we're currently fighting bad guards. They have their own decks, and then we're going to fight things like Living Bones or Bandit Archers. They also have their own individual decks, which is to sort of give them different kinds of attacks, and some of the character cards themselves. So like the Living Bones will always target at least 2 enemies. If they're an elite, they'll always target at least 3 if they can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that damage.
Oob says there are no secrets; everything is revealed.
Especially after you've played quite a lot, I think. So if we bump into a lot of bandit guards over the course of the game, we know kind of what attacks you're expecting. Eventually, as you fight more and more of them, you'll remember. Oh, they often do shields and then attack from where they're standing, so getting far away from them might be a good idea.
Yeah.
And especially if it's in the deck of cards as well, if they're all just coming out one at a time, you'll know, okay, we haven't had that attack yet. To expect it soon.
Yeah.
Especially like the big bad attacks. Still poisoned. No. Oh, this is a toughie. So
it has been.
We're gonna get to.
Yeah.
We've got to resting now. So I've run out of cards to play 2. These are all my discarded cards. I've obviously got the burned card from when I wanted to stop taking the 5 damage earlier. Yeah. So I need a way to get these cards back in my hand. Now I've got 2 options. I can do a short rest, which will burn a random card out of the discarded cards, and then put the rest back in my hand. Long rest, where I choose which card to burn and put the rest back in my hand. Long rest also refreshes all my spent items, so if I had an item like the boots, in the bottom right of the boots card, it says it's a refreshable item, whereas the potion is just like a one-off burn. So if I'd use my boots back using a long rest as well, and also healing too. So there's a lot of benefits to a long rest, but The problem is, it takes up your whole turn.
Yeah.
So I will just be a sitting duck where I am.
Oobly says, people think there is an RNG almighty, but there is just deck.
Yeah.
And Bacardian says, I might give my son a poke. He loves strategy and planning. Yeah, he might enjoy this game, actually.
Mm. It's mainly about whether I can survive, and especially because you'll see in the long rest it's got that 99 at the top. It means there's a 99 initiative, so things that happen will only happen at the end of a turn. Because no one's initiative is lower than 99. I think it's the max number in the game, so long resters always go last. So I won't even heal in time. And I'm not sure if the the scoundrel will get to him quickly enough if I do move to him. And do I really want? There's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to pick these two cards for them, and maybe I just have to deal with the shot. So it's going to give me this card, Leaping Cleave. It's quite a good card. Doesn't burn by itself. So one of the options I do have here, redraw, but this is at 1 damage to myself, and I don't think I want to do that.
No, it's
very risky move. So I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet on this one. Get my cards back. You can definitely see how on like a day where it's a real struggle, if you can get into something like this, like in terms of mental health, it's so nice just to get, like say, get away from screens and also really dig your head into a big problem.
It definitely looks like a game that that would take you out of like sort of a sort of negative headspace, because there's so much planning and tactics involved that it definitely looks like one of those you have to have your full concentration on. I'm quite enjoying it. It looks really fun, despite like having a really unlucky first dungeon run. It does look a lot of fun. Wish I'd grabbed it on Epic when it was. I don't know. I'd have to check my Epic, I think, later to see if I did grab it at some point. But it does look very fun.
I have missed a lot of the free Epic games.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh no, I've missed out on so many games over the time, but it's so full of games anyway. It's like, would I really have bought them otherwise? Maybe not. I don't know. There are so many gems, though, aren't there, that come out over the time.
Yeah, I'm quite ashamed of my Steam, because like, I've been on it for 18 years. Like, I got my 18 years badge because I remember Half-Life 2 releasing, and you had to have Steam because I think originally the original build was stolen, and so Steam like was a security program that you had to have, and it rarely worked. It would just keep Steam exes run into an error, and I used to remember that on Windows XP all the time, and yeah, it evolved into the behemoth that it is, and I think I've got like 600 games, and I'm like, do I really need more?
But that's about the same for me as well, and it was always humble, but
yeah, it's like bundles, and then the Steam sales. I remember years and years ago, when the store was fairly new, it's like games that were like $39.99 would go down to like £2 to £3, and so I just stack them and build and build and build, you know, and now I have a enormous backlog of Doom. So it's like, do I need Epic's free games?
Things where I guess I'd love to look at how much I'd spent on games that I've not played just because that's cheap.
There is
that's cheaper than usual.
There is a website where you can get your Steam value.
Oh
yeah, and ouch, because it's like what your games are worth at full price when you got them, and then like what they were worth how you bought them, and I think I did it a couple of years ago. It was worth like 2,000 because of like bundle keys and sales, but I think like when it put all the games at the full release price, I think it was something like 16,000, and I'm like, there's no way I've spent £16,000 on Steam. Don't say that. Don't do that. You know. But I think it's just like it kind of just even the ones you get in the bundle, it just prices those as what they were on release.
Yeah.
Picardian says, yes, thank you, family share. And then you get the Steam Deck, which it like essentially plays pretty much all of them, and I've rarely had to find a workaround. And you're just like, oh, there's so much to play.
So this turn, my problem is this guy is attacking. He's used Retaliate, so he's got a Retaliate of 2. So no matter what attacks I do on this guy, he's going to do 2 damage back to me. Poison doesn't come into effect, so that's not really a problem. But it does mean attacking him. So as I don't know if you noticed, but I actually decided against attacking.
Yeah.
I was going to attack him and push him away, in case he attacked me, and just get him out of the way, and then maybe move into this room, because we do have another room to move into.
Oh, bloody hell. Just got to hope the second room's a little luckier.
Watches might be in the next room, so I've also just realised that I've failed my goal because I looted some gold.
Oh no.
So annoying, because I should really gonna have to attack. Maybe not with this one. Maybe move here. The hell with it. We'll do it. Let's hope for the best. Oh, yeah, that was good.
Oh,
that was good damage. Took some damage, but okay. Oh, okay. Now the scoundrel has the same problem, though. I think the scoundrel might get away with, because it won't get attacked. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a long rest. And for the brute, we need to go in on guns blazing a little bit, I think. Let's see. Got a pierce. A pierce is probably a good idea. So pierce ignores shield. Realize that the elites have an innate shield, so shield is that obviously it's just -1 damage, but pierce ignores shield, so it will go through that, and he'll probably shield maybe another 2 if he does shield at all. It's still going to be helpful, so I'm probably going to do a trample attack. That's just what I do on the other side. Probably, yeah, shielding myself is probably a good idea, so yeah. Hopefully I will go before the bandit guard. Yeah, okay, that's good. I'm going to shield first. Now we might actually get him here. Certainly should do. Because that's a 3 attack. It's ignoring his shield. Unless we get a -2, which we can't get. Okay, get ×0, he's dead.
Yeah.
Now, this is something to say all the time when I'm playing with my partner. It's like, unless this comes out, this is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
When it went purple there, I was a bit worried. We've got him.
Excellent.
Nice.
Nicely done.
We finished the room. Okay. And I just get to long rest in peace, which is really nice.
That's good.
I can decide. This seems like a good one to keep. Maybe this. Yeah, let's go with this one. I don't think there'll be many traps. So, okay, now we need to start moving into this room. Or, yeah, we'll just go with I'll just go with high initiative cards. How many ranged attacks? Yes. Actually, it's probably worth healing as well, so let's do this. I'm gonna heal first, and I'm gonna move into the room. One step at a time. Okay, what have we got? We have got regular guards and an elite archer. So, obviously, we did what we were going to do before, but we've gone into here now. I've also just realised there are traps in here, so this is a big deal. So we've got the elite at the back. It's going to move. It's got a range 5 attack, so it could have moved to like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can pretty much attack me from anywhere in that room. It might be best trying to pull them back in. Don't want to go too far though. So one of the other ways you can lose and your characters can die is if you legitimately cannot play 2 cards in a turn.
Yeah.
So if all your cards are burned, then you won't be able to play anything at all, and then the character just dies. So it's also kind of like a timer on the scenario. You've got to get through, kill all these enemies, and do it before you come out.
Hopefully this round will be a little more forgiving.
I mean, I'm not adjacent, so it's okay, but... Yeah, I'll just do that anyway, whatever. I don't think they will. I'm just going to stay here and let them come to me. Okay. Cool, I have got a ranged attack, so that's good. That makes picking that pretty easy. I'm gonna go with a ranged attack for these as well. Extra attacks. Range of the attacks is 3, so from here I could go 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Just
Line of sight does.
hoping you get some sort of just lucky break here, because last round was cruel.
It was very cruel. Let's go. Oh, we are going first. That's good. The archer is not moving at all, which is also good because it still can't reach me. Bandit guards are moving in and attacking, but they're only 1 attack, so it's not too bad. Okay. We can do with this. Okay, I'm going to move here. And I can... Okay. Nice. Okay, just a little bit of damage. Can we get a +1 or a +2?
Oh,
+1.
excellent.
Nice.
Could just replicate that again. Might be okay.
I know. I think might be okay if I just move up 1. So should be able to reach. And this might actually kill. Oh
No. God damn it.
I've had that like 3 times. That's so annoying. Oh, the worst luck. Okay, that's okay. He did no damage.
Little dodge. It looked like a little dodge.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I've got no cards to burn. Oh. Okay.
Archer's left it for now.
This is tough. Don't want to do this again. card. Don't lose it. No, I think I still have the healing card. There. Okay. I think I am going to have the long rest, but I don't know if it's going to survive. Hmm. No. I'm going to have to go for it. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
I've still got my healing card, so that's okay. Should still survive. Good. No. Okay.
Hoping
Yeah.
these moves can at least take them.
Ooh. Well, they are attacking before my brute.
Gotta just hope for some miracle dodge.
I think this might be okay. If I can kill this one and move to here, then this guy might attack the scoundrel instead of them.
Yeah.
Have to kill it. Well, I suppose this is the same attack, isn't it? Game one. And the target's Jason Turner. Yeah. So I could do work. I can move 5 and probably move to like here, and then both of them will attack me if it goes wrong. Okay. Come on. Okay, I think that's enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Damn it. Ooh. I think I might get hit by the archer this turn, but we're gonna go 1, 2. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they could also hit the brute, so I'm gonna move here. Pick up some money. Oh, I am worried. This guy's going to attack me. Okay, that's not too bad. I am poisoned though.
Hoping you can get like a lucky shot on this guy.
I can heal myself. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can at least push him back into the room. He's
Yeah.
got a push 2 on this one.
Bit of pressure off, but it just depends what this archer does. Oh, good lord.
Oh, that is bad.
Yeah.
Do I burn? Oh! This is a really tough decision.
Yeah, that was not great.
You know, I've already burnt a card through this with the brute. I've only had to burn one control. They do have less cards, so I do have to think about that, but... yeah, I think it's worth just keeping the health. Hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Okay, need to try and figure out if I can get rid of this guy this turn now, I guess. It's only 2 away, so I could just do a regular move and get to him. And maybe just do a regular attack as well. Yeah, sure. And I think I'm gonna long rest. The scoundrel. Oh! Oh dear.
You just got to hope that they don't manage to pull it off.
Well, I'm gonna have to take that, I think.
Yeah.
Need to put an extra trap down as well. Okay, let's see. We're gonna move. Do a regular attack. Come on. I think that's enough. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, I have to decide what to get rid of now. Probably this one, I think. Okay. How far away? 3, 4, 5 right the trap. Oh, I do have my boots, so I can move a bit. Yeah.
Got to get really lucky on this one.
Oh, I've actually got a great idea. See, I can push this guy if I get close enough to him, and I can put him onto a trap.
Yeah.
And the traps are 3 damage each, so that is good. And they can't defend, they can't damage either. If I manage to get to him first, and he doesn't move, to be fair, he probably won't move anyway. Be able to shoot me from there, so it might not be a problem. But if I go early enough before him, I can get round to here, push him onto one of those, maybe this one,
Yeah.
and that will give me a route into this door as well. Yeah, let's try and aim for that, I think. This one. Okay, Scoundrel. Probably should heal. I wouldn't be surprised if people in the chat are thinking the alchemy game. So much more chill. Especially if there's people from SockMonkey watching. They know that I had the choice between playing Gloomhaven and playing Potion Craft, and Potion Craft is such a nice chill game.
Yeah. I think it's quite a good looking game. I might like grab it honestly when it's on sale because like it does look really good fun.
Oh no. That is a lot of damage. I need to try and kill that this turn if I can.
Well, hopefully you'll find the right move.
Oh, well. Okay. I heal first. I don't think I am going to kill it this turn, actually. Hmm. Let's do that. Okay. Just going to. Oh, actually, this is actually think about the attack, but I think you get disadvantage on ranged attacks when you're right next to someone, and disadvantage with the attack modifier cards. They'll draw 2 cards and then they'll use the worst one. So even if you got like a ×2 or a ×0, it'd always pick the ×0.
Oh god.
When we saw like the guards earlier using strengthen, that means they get advantage on attacks, and that'll be basically the same thing, but the opposite way around. It'll draw 2 cards and pick the more positive one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Oh, that's confirming the target. Okay. A lot of damage. That's good. Now I could get a good attack and kill it here.
Gotta hope
Probably
so.
won't happen.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
fingers
Come
crossed.
on. Gotta have this.
Yes!
Oh,
Get in!
perfect. It made up for the first round and came through on the second.
Oh, great. Cool. I can long rest with nothing threatening me yet. Oh, I think this is the last room in here. Move two to open the door.
Kicking
What have we
through the
got?
door, you find
Okay.
yourself face to face. Reason these bandits chose this particular hole to nest in.
We do have living
Adamant
bones now.
wolves. Nothing more to do but rest, along with the remainder of.
So living bones. What are they? They're moving one, attack one, target two, and then they'll heal themselves. Ah, we've got enemies themselves now. Great. We have. Okay, there's in here. I don't think. I think they're all just regular. So we've got living bones,
No
bandit
elites,
arch,
then.
arch. No elites. That's good. We do have a little treasure chest in the corner over there, which would be nice to get if we can. Might have to forgo that. I think the scoundrel's okay. Going off to the side, so we can't actually go through these obstacles. So there's only one path through the room, through the middle, and they're actually blocking getting any further. So we can't really get towards the chest at all right now. I'm going to stand over here. I've got my ranged attack. I think that'll reach 1, 2. I think we can shoot through obstacles. Obstacles that tend to be like things like tables and stones like this, but okay.
All we can do is try, and hopefully it goes alright. Oh god. At least that one, the second one, got a little bit of damage.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, archers. Bad. Can handle that. Placing traps. Not so good. Oh, that's not going to do any damage at all.
Alright, not too bad then.
This can't reach me because it can only move one. Just heal and one of the good things is now because this is the last. I'm looking at cards like this which will get burned, and I'm thinking I actually can start thinking about using these. These are really powerful attacks. Because there's not going to be many turns left. I can start thinking about using them and just getting rid of them just for the sake of destroying these guys. Of course, things can still go wrong and get a time 0, but you know.
Yeah. Picardian says, accidentally called it Doomhaven and Goob corrected me, so he's obviously heard of it. He needs to play it, I reckon. It's good fun. It really looks fun.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have to buy a copy, Picardian. I think it's the only way. I think I'm quite intrigued by it.
I'm glad to have converted at least one person.
Yeah. No, we got so February's coming up, and we're doing sort of neurodiversity, and we have a lot of Minecraft coming up, which will be fun. And on our Discord server, if you do join, we do have a Minecraft Realms Plus, so it doesn't matter what console you're on or PC, you can join, and we'll be doing some streams from that. So 2nd of February, we're doing a stream, and if you want to sort of come to that and sort of play around and be part of it, then feel free. And there'll also be another stream on the same Minecraft server on the 16th of February with Sky, and the first one's with Amber. And so if you do want to sort of hop on that, you know, feel free to join the Discord, and we'll get going on that. Everybody's welcome. So yeah. Grief month, I'm going to be doing The Last of Us 1, I hope. And we have to go through that horrible, horrible scene like a 6th or 7th time. But I definitely think that game belongs in the sort of grief category. So that'll be fun.
I certainly want to play. There's been a lot of discourse around it, but I think I do want to play The Last of Us Part 1, the one that they've sort of re-released.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to go back and play it was the PS4 version, but you know, it's essentially the PS3 version, just a little bit better graphics.
Yeah.
It was hard to get into again. Really enjoyed it the first time I played it, but I played it as soon as it came out on the PS3, so long way since then. I mean, it's inspired so many games. Well, it's literally like helped create some of the games that came out of it, hasn't it? So.
Oh yeah.
But
I
never got to experience part. Yes,
Yeah.
so I feel like I really want to play part 1 again.
Yeah, I think the remake, like, it did such a good job reanimating everything, and the face is just, because it's like PS5, it's like the facial animations and everything is just like, and it just feels a lot more sort of, they pulled some things from The Last of Us Part 2, which I thought the gameplay in that was just perfection. And they've pulled some of that over, so I think like it's a lot more fun to go through.
Yeah.
This time, then you got the TV show that's now bumped up the sales by 200-something%, which doesn't surprise me. Though my parents have never played the game, and I was like, look, you need to watch this, and they loved the show, but I'm like, that's not how it happened in the game. Trying to like explain like what really happened, and I'm like, no. So like the series has changed that bit, but yeah.
To watching it yet. Is it on now? It's on Now TV. Well, it's on Sky over here, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Now TV have got it. Yeah. We just finished episode 2, so episode 3 on, I think, Monday.
Yeah, we've my wife has been trying to get me to finish Buffy. Like when we went to see this Buffy thing, that really encouraged me to finish it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buffy, the entirety of it for about 3 years, and I got up to like season 5 of 7 run, and then we tried again like a year and a half ago, and there's some really dark moments in like the 6th season that I just made me want to stop.
Yeah.
For a little bit, and yeah, then we finally finished it recently. So that's what we've watched. But we'll try different now because we've been watching this for 2 years.
Yeah.
Trying to find we have been trying to watch like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is quite light, but like, and we've watched like stuff like A Good Place in the past as well, which is quite light. But I want to find something a bit more.
Yeah.
More sort of like time investment, I think.
But Guardian says Sunday Happy Valley, and then Monday The Last of Us. Yeah, we watch Happy Valley, and that is like one of the darkest shows I've ever watched. But it's like it's not dark for entertainment purposes. It's like that's what real life is. And
yeah,
Bicardian sort of taught me that she told me that they named the show Happy Valley because the police in Halifax actually called it Happy Valley because of all the sort of drug problems they've been having. I can't recommend that series enough. It is dark, and there is some really severely triggering stuff in it, with violence, sexual nature, and all that. But the acting is just like, never has a show caused so much anxiety from like something that's so mundane as part of life as going in like a cafe or something, it's never been so tense. You know, like that show. I can't recommend it enough. That's all on BBC iPlayer at the moment, but wow. That show is something else. And then yeah, The Last of Us. That's good. I think like some of the choices they've made are a bit odd. But it's not terrible. It's like it's interesting, but I don't think it would work in the game.
Yeah.
So because this isn't really a spoiler, but they've so it's no longer spores that spread the cordyceps. It's tendrils, and like Bacardian keeps telling me, it looks like bean sprouts. But it's like it's a strange change, but it's not done terribly. So
yeah,
so it's almost like a whole new experience in some ways, you know.
it seems strange to suggest like with the. I'm assuming it's got quite a big budget for a TV show, but do you think that was kind of one of the they make the decision to not
Yeah, I mean,
do the things the same way because it might cost so much more to sort of visually create that in a TV show?
I honestly think actually that some of the choices they've made would be more expensive.
Yeah.
I know that.
So maybe they've gone the opposite direction then, and maybe they've gone, we've got a massive budget, let's do whatever the hell we want and just make the most of the money.
That's it. I feel like Neil Druckmann, because he said like, oh, I don't want spores, because realistically in real life it's like the spores wouldn't just be in one building, it would be kind of like everywhere, like in the atmosphere. So it's like, I get it. Bacardian says I'll never be able to eat a stir fry again. That's not. Yeah, that is true. It's gross. It is really gross. But I don't. They've put a lot more backstory into this one, so there's a lot more like how the virus came, how the fungi sort of evolved, and that is such an interesting deep dive into it all, which wasn't in the game. It didn't explore why or how, and I think that is just some of the fantastic stuff that's come out of it.
Yeah.
More of a focus on how, why, and the outbreak. But I definitely think it's worth a watch if you and your wife are ever looking for something to watch. I think it's definitely worth. It might give you that sort of inspiration to try and play part 1 again.
Yeah. Definitely something I think will have to be on our radar.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's like on our list. Like I think we started making a list of things the other day, and there's just so many things that we've just not watched. Like, I mean, I remember one of the last shows we binged before this was probably like when I was watching Breaking Bad for the first time, and she watched all of it whilst she was at uni, and then I watched it, and we just kind of watched it together. That was the last show I remember that was really binging. We tried to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine quite a lot before. We've started again recently, and that's more of a sort of chill, have an hour tea, stick something on for 20 minutes kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's finding the time for it as well, like to really invest yourself in something. And I think especially because I've gone through this board game phase as well, where if we have like a date night during the week, it's like, okay, let's play 3 new board games, and she's just like, oh no.
No, that's it. Finding the time for these TV shows. Like, there's so many, and then Breaking Bad was amazing. That's one that I keep going back to. Like, oh, it's really good, that one. Better Call Saul was pretty good as well. I think that was just as good.
Yeah, that's the other thing that keeps coming up is Better Call Saul, and I'm like, look. I suppose I should ask you, Jake. Do you think that you should watch Breaking Bad again? Now I know it's a prequel.
Yeah.
Because I've watched a couple of seasons of it. But do you think it's worth watching Breaking Bad again first before going back to watch Better Call Saul?
I think like luckily it is one that, say if you don't have time, you could jump into Saul, because eventually it all sort of meets. But I think like it is really good, like if you have that time and you do want to start over, like, I think it's completely possible to sort of do Breaking Bad and then go back, because I think Breaking Bad showed like a really, like, Saul Goodman is just like a sleaze, isn't he? He's just like, he's gross, he's sleaze. But like Better Call Saul showed this guy, you know, and it gave him some more human features, and then you start really liking the character, and I think it's totally... So, have you not seen Saul at all, then?
So I've watched. I mean, I can't remember much of it, but I have watched the first, I think, 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
No, it ends up being like 6 or 7 seasons by the end of it.
I think it ended on 6, I think it was. Brad says Better Call Saul is top tier. It really is. Like, genuinely, like, the last few seasons become maybe better than Breaking Bad for me. Like, it is so good at storytelling. I think there's like some slow moments when the seasons meet the middle, but it's so worth sticking with. And then it all makes sense. Breaking Bad all makes sense. It just starts piecing together, and I honestly reckon that like Better Call Saul even ends sort of... You had the Jesse Pinkman movie that ended his story, and I think this rounds it all off and ties up every single loose end there is.
Right, yeah.
So I totally think, like, if you've got time and you want to experience that all again and then go to Saul, I think it's totally worth it, yeah. But I think, like, if you can't be bothered to repeat maybe Breaking Bad again, then it's okay to sort of just jump into Saul.
Yeah. That's cool.
Oh no.
This is going very bad.
The skeletons are just...
You're getting dangerously closer to the end of our decks as well. But
another
we've
series
got rid of one.
we're watching is Peacemaker. I've started watching a bit of that now and again. James Gunn, that's a good one. Very over the top though. But no, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's good. Me and my partner love that.
Yeah, it's just so fast paced. Like, it feels like you can watch so many episodes. I felt the same with The Good Place. I tried to go back with Good Place and start from the beginning, and it doesn't feel as much because I think the first season's harder to watch once you know what happens at the end of the first season, when you find out a little bit more about the world that they're in. But yeah, I felt the same with that, where it's just because it's just 20 minutes, so they've got to fit a lot into that time to tell a little bit of a story, and it's all comedy anyway, so it's quite light.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you're having to sort of stick with it too much to get a lot out of it. Yeah, it's just really nice to just chill and watch multiple episodes, whereas, like, say, when watching something like Buffy, feels like you've really got to dedicate the time to it. And it's like, my partner's watched Buffy tons of times, so she's always pointing things out to me whilst we're watching. She'll say something in like season 2, and she'll be like, "Remember that for season 7." It's like, what?
Yeah. I love binge watching shows, to be honest. Like, I kind of like the whole Netflix like dumping a series in front of you. I feel like sometimes binging is good, but I think like some staggered releases also give you something to look forward to. So like Happy Valley's a staggered release, Last of Us, same thing. And I think whereas like Stranger Things is just all at once, and while I like watching as many episodes in a row, it's just like you've got then nothing to look forward to, and you've had it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a mixed bag. Still need to watch the last series of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but it hasn't appeared on Netflix yet.
Yeah, that's true. It's meant to be 8 seasons, isn't it?
Yeah. I really want to see the end. I think I want to see that show end, but I think I could totally start over and watch it from the beginning again at some point soon.
Yeah.
Because that is a feel-good show.
Yeah, it's like, for me, I mean, my favourite the sitcom, it's Scrubs,
Oh,
and
Scrubs is brilliant.
Scrubs is fantastic.
Yeah.
Something I could just watch over again. And yeah, that's kind of similar in the way it's like, I think like watching, because I don't know if you've watched, Ted Lasso is done by the same guy, Bill Lawrence, who did Scrubs,
Yeah.
and it's got so many of the same set about football team. And I mean, I'm a football fan, so that's made me want to watch it.
Yeah.
But watching it, it's barely about football at all. It's about people and like their interactions and stuff, and their lives, and it's just the way Bill Lawrence like tells the stories in the middle of a sitcom makes just
I have to give that
it's
a go.
just so nice.
So I saw a clip on a YouTube short the other day of Scrubs, and it made me want to sort of start over and watch it again.
The worst part about Scrubs, though, watching it on a streaming service, because I think Disney Plus has it.
Yeah.
None of some of the original music that they used, they lost the license for.
Oh, no.
So, like, Scrubs soundtrack's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons you want to go back and watch the show. But if one of the tracks is missing, like, imagine if Ted couldn't sing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" at the end of the Wizard of Oz episode. It's just like, imagine if they'd have actually pulled that out. I don't think they would have been able to for that. But
Yeah. Oh, it's a shame. What else did that? Something else had some licensing issues recently, and it had to be pulled. I can't remember though, but it's such a shame when that happens.
Mm.
Oh, I think it's like the sort of GTA remakes. I mean, they weren't great, but they removed some of like the best tracks from it that made these radio stations, and it was good. But I think some of the companies were like, "Oh no, we want extra money," and they were just like, "Nope, can't do it."
Yeah.
Hopefully you can get out of this room though, okay? Because I mean, you scoundrels back up. It's just the brute.
This is gonna be very tight, I think. Okay.
Let's hope we get a bonus on this.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, nice. That's good. Can I reach the treasure? I can reach the treasure, so I can at least get the treasure. I've got a really bad feeling about this scenario because of the amount of cards I've got left. But I could at least get the treasure. I mean, it's probably a fine place to go anyway, so
Yeah.
let's see.
Might as well jump in.
Treasure chest. What did I find? Windswept. So that was good. It didn't really tell me much about that, but okay. What's the archers doing? They're attacking. 2. Okay. Yeah. Come on, give us a good one. Well, it's close.
Yeah, not bad.
So I'm hoping the scoundrel will get attacked here. Yeah, that's good. Can take that damage. That's not bad either. Okay. So I think Brute might only have one turn left. What about the scoundrel? Okay. Is it important which of these cards did I get? Maybe we'll go for the Brute first and figure this out. Because they're only going to get one more attack, I think. I could short rest, keep the sweeping blow. I have used my boots, so I can't do that. 1, 2, 3. It would be nice if I could push the trap, but I don't think I can get around for it. Scoundrel's probably checking that out. Oh, didn't realize I did that. Okay. I think with the Brute, it's probably more important what card I get.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to go for the long rest with the Brute. And then the Scoundrel.
Could throwing knives take that one out, do you think?
Probably. Should definitely take at least one. And that will certainly reduce the damage that we're taking as well. The other one, so... I guess the other card doesn't really matter. Probably going to want to use throwing knives anyway, and I'm going to need to use the other one for movement. So... yeah, let's just... burn whatever comes up. Okay, that's actually probably good. Make sure I get good initiative. Ooh. Let's see. Move to 1, 2, 3. I could move there and get some money. And then do the attack. Okay. Allies can move through. I'm at least not blocking the Brute from getting through.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Nice.
Of course I got a ×2 on that one. Oh,
Damn, no, could have used that on that one, but...
I wish it would happen the other way around.
yeah.
Oh, this is... Well... Yep. Rest. Off this card, I think. Need that attack. I'm really worried, but I think I have to get lucky here. I think they have to just rest. Okay. Oh, I do have the boots back now because I long rested. Oh.
That might be handy.
That should definitely be handy because... get to push this guy into that trap.
Oh, perfect.
Now.
Oh, nice.
Now, there is only one way this goes wrong. Oh, this entire scenario, this move. I don't want to press the button.
I hope it goes alright.
Come on. Yes!
Yeah, perfect.
Did it! Oh. Well, I don't think... I certainly can't remember scenario of Gloomhaven being so tight. There's so many times where it feels like it's you've taken a real beating, or times where you just blitz through it and almost wish you'd picked up more stuff along the way.
Yeah.
But that was just, it was almost perfect in a way that it ended on the last possible attack, and I
Yeah.
did it.
Your target.
That was a brutal dungeon run.
And you
It was only the first dungeon. Oh well, that's good. That's the only problem is obviously I didn't get my. That's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that scenario. That was good.
Luckily, you sort of like managed to do the dungeon like before 9, which is good. So it shows sort of the viewers like what Gloomhaven is. I definitely want to explore it for sure, and maybe in the Discord there might be enough people at some point to sort of get a multiplayer game going at some point, really, which would be cool.
Yeah, I've obviously I said that like Gloomhaven itself, the board game is about £100, and another video game is only 20 when it's not on sale, because sometimes it is. But there's a version of it called Jaws of the Lion, the board game, and it's basically a Gloomhaven light.
Yeah.
It's like a 40 quid Gloomhaven version where there's less sort of components in it, but it's kind of like it's like a prequel to the main game in terms of story. And we've got a copy of it in the. Now, if there's anyone from SockMonkey watching, they've been watching this tonight, and they can see what Gloomhaven is, if they're interested. The copy is there. I donated it to the office. Please, let's get it out and play it.
Yeah. You heard him. You've all got to play it. It's good social activity, good morale boost.
Yeah, we do have some board games nights in the office as well from time to time, but
that's cool.
It doesn't tend to come out because it's quite intense. It can be quite intense. I've heard Jaws of the Lion. It's actual scenarios. They treat like tutorials as well, so they sort of introduce different mechanics as you're going through the first few scenarios.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. I think the video game as well. So this is obviously this is the entire board game version of the game that I'm playing right now as the campaign. But there's also because Gloomhaven was actually an early access game.
Yeah.
Once it came out of early access, it had the full board game campaign, but it also had. I can probably actually come out and show you. They were making their own version of it. Yeah, called. Which is a really nice way to just step in and not worry about extra campaign elements. The actual city of Gloomhaven itself, but it's just like it's sort of like a campaign in and of itself, a lot more randomized, I think. Yeah, I think it says 95 quests plus any. So obviously you can play Jaws of the Lion in this game as well, apparently, and you can get the solo scenarios as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Guildmaster is a really good way to step in, and I think Guildmaster also has the proper tutorial as part of the game. But yeah, there's also a nice little tutorial. I think we played this tutorial when we first played the video game back in early access. I was playing with a monkey quite a while ago now, when it was still in early access, and the tutorial is quite good.
That's cool. Yes, I mean, thanks for showing us Gloomhaven today. I really appreciate it. I do genuinely want to play it because I don't play a lot of fantasy ones, but this one looks quite fun. Like all of the random chance well, it's not random chance based, but it's like the stories that are thrown at you between are quite interesting, and I love that kind of freedom of choice that either you're lucky or you're not, and I think it's definitely worth a go. So if you have enjoyed today and want to play an awesome new game, well, it's not new, is it? But if you want to play a game that's new to you, Gloomhaven looks really fun, and if you're a board game fan, maybe it's worth the investment. But thanks for showing us today. Really, really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll stream some more soon together. And yeah, I know that I think is it March 16th, we're doing a Fall Guys community night. So of course all of SockMonkey are welcome to join, if they like, and welcome to dual stream it with us as well. If somebody from the office streams and fancies stream it to their channel, then more than welcome. That'll be in the Discord. But it's been an absolute pleasure to sort of have you talk about your favourite game, because I think like I'm a big believer in mental health and video games and board games and any sort of media is, it's really beneficial. So it's been great to sort of have someone else's input rather than me just droning on about my inputs. But like, no, it has been really interesting, and I really appreciate it. It's been really fun.
Yeah, we got to talk a little bit more about mental health, but I did do people that still listen to this, but I did actually do a podcast with Rosie as well, which is worth going and listening to, I think.
Yeah, no, that was a good podcast 'cause I got to edit that, and it was really good, and I think it goes into a lot of serious sort of points, and I think it's definitely worth listening to. So if you do want to listen to Liam's podcast on there, that is on our website. We'll also be streaming with SockMonkey again at the end of March with Antonia, and we'll be playing. I'm not sure what we're playing yet, but we'll be sort of highlighting I gotta get this right. I know the word, I just keep messing it up. Endometritis, essentially. We're going to be talking about that and kind of sort of going into that, and it is Endo Awareness Month then, and International Women's Month. So I think that's going to be a really sort of good talk to tune in on as well. But thanks so much for coming today. I mean, I hope we can do this again sometime, and hopefully see you guys, some of you guys on the. That's it. I'm so sorry. I need to learn. I'm so sorry. I get my words mixed up so much. It's unbelievable. I'm good at typing the words, but not good at speaking. But I'm looking forward to that because I do think like it's beneficial. I think it's good to see like it being discussed more, especially in sort of essentially sometimes a male-dominated industry. So I do think it's good to shine a light, and you all at SockMonkey have been so kind and amazing, and especially the lead up to this stream has been amazing working with you guys, and I do hope we can work on some more projects like this together.
It's just that it is something that's so. It's really close to my heart. Going back to the sort of podcast that I did, it was even just doing that podcast was really cool, really good for me and my own mindset as well.
Yeah.
Going over the last sort of 15 years since I started getting depression and different phases of anxiety that I've been through as well. Going through all that was just so good to talk about. I'm really happy that he's going to come on and speak about something else as well. And it's like, I know she was chatting to me the other day about how I don't think she thinks that Endo's been spoken about a lot. Even I know they had like a chronic pain panel the other week, and I asked her to go and look at that, but I think it was one of the topics that unfortunately got missed off, and there was a lot spoken about. So it's like it is something that obviously doesn't get talked about enough just generally, and it is nice to. I did say that she's going to be the expert on it, so
Yeah.
I hope she really enjoys that.
I think it's definitely needed, and it's something that I am looking forward to covering because something needs to be out there, and we need to normalise the understanding, whereas there's just not much understanding for it at all. Even in the medical, it's just often brushed off. So that is something that I think is going to be, and I think, if you do give Liam's podcast a listen, his story is one that I think is totally worth a listen, and I think it, if you do choose to listen to one, give that one a good go, because it's really quite, it's very emotional, but like, I think your story of how you sort of, what's a good word, sort of came out of everything, and the way you took everything is just incredible, and to where you are now, it's just like it's inspirational, and I think that sometimes we need a push, and I think listen to people's stories is the perfect push we need to rise up,
Yeah,
but
your own story. I'd really like more people to speak about their stories. So yeah,
definitely. And feel free to share your stories. Safe in Our World's always willing to listen. We've got a Discord, and a website, and you can always email us and everything. So, you know, and yeah, so no, thanks so much. I think what we'll do is we shall do a raid. I'm going to raid a good friend of mine that has been quite supportive to Safe in Our World. He's a lovely guy, and his name's Brasden, and on his stream he has him, but he has his guinea pigs on there too.
Oh, nice.
And it's he's such a wholesome streamer, and he's helped us out a little, so I think it's nice to give him a raid, and he's lovely. But thanks so much for coming on today, and I hope we do get to do more together soon. And thanks for showing Gloomhaven, because I do really want to play it.
No, thank you very much for having me on as well.
So thanks everyone in chat for coming. As always, you know, we're at Safe in Our World on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We have a Discord safe space where you know you can just be yourself. It's a safe space, no judgment, nothing. But if you are in distress and need somebody to talk to or need some support, we do have a list of helplines from around the world that keeps on growing. safeinourworld.org. And you know, if you do need help, there is help out there. So thanks very much, everyone. We'll launch the raid. But yeah, thanks everyone. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.